First, let's meet the visiting Madison Blue Streaks. The senior number 3, Sydney Florida. The senior number 11, Claire Waco. The junior number 15, Zoe Jones. The sophomore number 25, Kendra Smith. And the senior number 31, Melissa Sneed. The Blue Streaks are led by head coach Heather Rigo, assisted by Kelly Schuster and Courtney Dorothy. And now, up on your feet for your 2023 Edgewood Lady Warriors. A sophomore forward, number 30, Annie Mae Johnston. A junior guard, number 00, Avery Venzel. A junior forward, number 23, Leah Guyton. A senior guard, number 4, McKenna Venzel. And a senior guard, number 22, Caitlin McAllister. The Warriors are led by head coach Randy Venzel, assisted by Jordan Venzel. Best of luck to both teams.
Welcome in, folks. Night 2 of our doubleheader this week on CVC TV. Kyle Cornell joined alongside AA Anthony Alford. The matchup tonight, 2 undefeated teams in our first ladies basketball, girls basketball game of the season here on SugarValleyConference.com. The home Edgewood Warriors taking on the visiting, again, Lady Blue Streaks from Madison here on CVC TV. AA, both teams, fantastic starts to the regular season in the Lake Conference of the CVC. Both undefeated. It's going to be a great game tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game, and I'll tell you what, it was hard to find a seat. Hard to find an open seat as both sides are completely filled. They were filled even during the JV game.
It's going to be fun to watch. The Lady Blue Streaks win the tip, and we're underway here in a beautiful Ashtabula, Ohio. Madison with the ball in their all blues. Edgewood in the home whites. And immediately steal inside by Venzel. She'll bring the ball up the court. Pass inside, layup up, and it is in and out. No good, falls. You get on the shot attempt there by McAllister. We're going to hear her name a bunch tonight. As the mid-range shot is up, that one no good. And back comes Edgewood. Pass up, layup inside, up, no good. Tipped out, rebound. McAllister, she gets it, gets rejected inside, but draws the foul. Aggressiveness on the offensive glass by Caitlin McAllister. Leading scorer for the Edgewood Lady Warriors AA, over 18 points per game so far this season.
Yeah, and she's going to be somebody this offense goes through here. She gets the first point on the board. And I think what's interesting, too, with the fresh legs, this is a fast-paced game, pretty much a sprint as this game opens up.
McAllister knocks them both down, our first points of the evening. And pressure. And it's going to be a jump ball. Solid job by the senior McKenna Venzel. You're going to hear that name a lot tonight, too. So many Venzels on the court, I lost track.
Yeah, as well as the head coach as well, Randy.
And the JV coach, Venzel.
Absolutely,
oh,
absolutely.
My goodness,
but
3 on the team.
But that was a good attempt there with the steal, knowing that there was going to be a jump ball opportunity.
It looks like it's going to be a foul on the floor. McAllister again going inside. That one is going to be on 15. Zoe Deleganis for Madison and the Blue Streaks in her own right. Deleganis having a fantastic season, over 21 points per game this year. Both these teams we talked about. Great starts to the season as we approach the halfway point. And movement on the outside.
You just love to hear just early on, just hear both coaches communicating the offense and then the defensive strategy as well.
It's a feeling outhill period for both these teams. We saw it last night, too, in our matchup on CVC TV on the boys' side. Good move in, turn the corner, can't get it to fall. Solid move by Venzel, but she couldn't get it to finish. McAllister trying to get that ball away, and she can't. Sorber takes it inside, dishes cross court. Layup in and foul drawn. Good job there by Alyssa Snyder, number 31 for the Lady Blue Streaks, and she'll head to the free throw line.
And smart by Snyder just to get in there in the paint. I think it was interesting, too. You look at the Edgewood Warriors so far in their possessions defensively. They're getting hands to the basketball defensively. And Madison, to this point, that's something that they're adjusting to, just maintain control of the basketball.
Snyder can't get the second one to fall. The senior on the miss. Rebound comes to Edgewood. Pass inside. Good look. That ball set away. Big rejection by Claire Wackham.
What a beautiful, clean block there.
The senior with a good block and a big shot, and it's good. Big shot there by Delaganis. Going to see that a lot tonight.
Gritty defense. That's what Madison operates out of.
Forced a steal. Good job by the senior Sydney Sorber to pry that ball away, and back come the Blue Streaks. Inside, Johnston puts it up and makes it, and they're going to say it's a charge. Great job on the inside taking it. Annie Johnston just planted those feet down and took the charge. Back goes the ball to the Lady Warriors.
Great job. Just standing the ground and just going as the Edgewood student section led it to Madison. Lady Blue Streaks know, like, hey, you can't be doing that.
And ball dished off. Good pass inside. Johnston will lay it up and lay it in. Great job by McAllister. Finding Johnston on this cut and inside for the layup.
And a great cut by Johnston, just getting in there, finding the open lane, and calling for the ball and getting the score.
A fantastic layup by Johnston. Second leading scorer on the team. She's got 11 points per game this year in her own right. Dish out, three-pointer on the way. That one's in. Good start for Alyssa Snyder, her second basket.
Snyder calling for it. Right outside, a deep two-pointer.
Oh, now they're going to say her foot was on the line. How about that? So it's only going to be 5-4. Madison on top. Bensel thought about the three. She thinks twice. McAllister taking inside. It's going to be a moving screen. Shot's good, but it won't count. Turnover, ball going back to the Lady Blue Streaks.
Man, you could tell Madison, they feed off the defense. they feed the entire energy, the vibes start from their defensive end. And it builds and leads to their offense.
Dish to the outside, and Blue Streaks trying to play off of that. Delaganis passing corner, another corner shot on the way. That one's going to be short, no good. Delaganis gets the rebound, mid-range shot, no good. Fights, gets another rebound, no on the floor. And that's going to be a jump ball, I believe. Yep, and that ball should be staying with the Blue Streaks.
And I'll tell you what, these officials tonight, they're letting the ladies kind of play it out there. Again, after the basketball before they have to blow the whistle for the jump ball. Second jump ball of the game.
One pass on back on the inside-outside. Good ball movement by the girls in blue. Mid-range, or three-point shot is no good by Delaganis. Back comes McAllister. Good matchup between those two. Two of the best in the CVC, and there it is. Delaganis with the steal.
Oh!
She's got room to run.
Watch from behind.
And sent away, rejected by Edgewood.
Oh, what an angle.
Not going to call a foul? Don't think so. What a block. Leah Guyton.
And she trailed it the whole time.
Oh, read it perfectly.
That was an incredible angle to get the block.
Tough angle, and now back comes Edgewood. Long pass in the outlet. Guyton trying to track it down. She can save it, but it goes back to the Lady Blue Streaks.
Oh,
And Guyton with the effort back out. Johnston, three on the way. Can't make it. Off the top iron. The support beam on top, and the ball going to go back to the Lady Blue Streaks. Exciting girls basketball here on CVC TV to kick off our season on the girls' side.
Well, I'll tell you what, the effort with both of these teams, you see why they're both undefeated to this point, and they're taking this game with the seriousness of two undefeated teams.
And Johnson almost knocked that ball down from Delaganis. She'll drive inside. Right-handed layup is up. Scoop, no good. Rebound grabbed by Avery Bensel. And back comes Edgewood. Lady Warriors again. Fantastic start. 9-0 this season, trying to stay undefeated. Both teams in the Lake Division of the CVC. Ball tipped out of bounds. Good defense by Sydney Sorber, the senior, for the Blue Streaks. Ball going to stay with Edgewood.
And Edgewood, because Madison is, their hands are getting out there, it's going to be critical for Edgewood to keep moving around. If you don't have the basketball, keep moving around so the defense cannot get set.
And Faith Venzel checking into the ball game, number 1 for the Edgewood Warriors. Again, if you're keeping track, that's the 3rd Venzel that's playing tonight.
Yes.
There's a couple that are coaching, too. 3-pointer on the way from Deleganis. That's off front iron and no good. Rebound eventually grabbed and a bit of a melee, but it's going to stay Lady Blue Streak ball. Tracked down by Alyssa Snyder. She was getting pressure there from Avery Venzel, but Blue Streaks will keep the ball. Deleganis trying to keep her team ahead. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter, a 1-point lead. And Sorbo on the right wing passing inside. Mid-range shot is up, and it is no good. And Watkin couldn't get that to fall. Back come the Lady Warriors.
I'm sorry, Kyle. Just a tad bit off balance there on the shot. Cover, set your feet, and you get an even better shot.
And great defense again. And the Blue Streaks just able to just put a lot of pressure. And the fans on our side here, on the visitor side, not too happy with that call.
Yeah, and again, all of you are watching the Edgewood side on the TV screens. Our audio we're in the Madison stands here.
Yep. Carly Cray checking in, number 25 for Edgewood. Freshman getting her first minutes tonight. Both teams saying, the coach saying maybe we're not too deep, but we are able to play well, and they play as a team. We're seeing that early on, talking through defense, working through passing, getting open shots. But again, that winter break kind of looms on everybody, playing some games now back in school, getting used to that schedule again too.
Well, the good thing that you're seeing now, the footing and the effort.
Oh, that was a late foul. They're going to call that on Snyder. That's going to be 3 shots for Cray, the freshman, who lined up that 3, and great job drawing that foul. So 3 free throws on the way.
Yeah, that was the right call. I mean, it's tough there on the outside because you saw that shot was open.
So Craig going to get an early opportunity to put some points on the board. She'll back iron the first one.
But
Edgewood.
I think you talked about we talked about yesterday with the holiday break. The good thing with the holiday break is that you have fresh legs.
Mm-hmm.
You were seeing a lot more running, up and down the court in this game, and even last night we saw that as well. But it's the rhythm of, finding your shot, and we're seeing a ton of shots that are good attempts. They're just not falling, and you wonder what the psyche of the players are when good shots don't fall down.
Carly Cray able to get the last one to go, tie the game at 5 apiece. And that's going to be Leah Guyton checking back into the ball game. On the other side for Madison, checking in for the first time tonight is Kaylee Lamarco, number 33. An immediate trap from Edgewood, but again is able to get through it, past the outside, mid-range shot on the way, in and out, no good, off the back iron. Kendra Smith couldn't get it to fall, back comes Edgewood. McAllister working her way inside, puts up the layup, she gets sent away by Smith, keeps possession, ball back out. McKenna Venzel will shoot the 3, bake it in and good!
What a tough shot there. Good one-on-one match up there on the outside, but a great shot in response.
Solid defense on the other end by the freshman Cray. McKenna Venzel, the oldest of the 3 on the roster, the senior, able to knock down the big 3. Banks open. Well, I guess the ATM's open. Banks technically closed, but get too many details on that one for you guys.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, 24/7. That ATM's always open, baby. As Smith gets that rebound, puts it up inside. Still fighting through. Great defense. Now Deleganis comes back down. She swings it across. 3 on the way. It's up. It's good. Walk him for 3. Closing the gap. We're tied again at 8.
In great form, a great rainbow jumper, and a great assist setting up that shot.
Fantastic shot by Walkim again. Having a great season in her own right. She's averaging 18 and 9 this year. 18 points, 9 rebounds per game for Walkim. Another senior on the Blue Streak side as Edgewood tries to respond. Just about a minute to go in this first quarter. It's been even, back and forth as expected in this big matchup.
Again, we talked about before, if you don't have the ball, if you're Edgewood, you got to move without the ball. Got to force this defense to move around and not get set.
Good pass inside. That one's going to rattle in. A solid finish by Guyton. Her first points of the night. 10-8 now, Edgewood on top. Good ball movement. by the Lady Warriors. Speaking of ball movement, pass up, 3 on the way. That one's off back iron. Hits twice, no good. Rebound going to get tracked down by LaMarco, and it will stay. Lady Blue Streaks basketball. Delaganis, great crossover move. Tries to get it to fall and can't. Rebound by Guyton. She'll outlet. Here comes McAllister. McAllister working inside. Right hand up and good. Caitlin McAllister.
Great left hand response there.
Now Kendra Smith passing it up into the forecourt. Walk him inside. And it looks like they are going to call a blocking foul. Some sliding of the shoes. So that's what Sim walk into the free throw line.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, it has not taken long for these teams to settle in on the shooting front. Took probably a few minutes, but I think both of these teams now, they're pretty much locked in.
Yeah. Foul was on McKenna Venzel. A couple of subs, 2 checking in. Annie Johnston and Avery Venzel. And the shot's up, but that's good. Great pass and find. And Sydney Sorber gets the 2-pointer to fall. 3-pointer on the way, and it's going to be short. Venzel couldn't get that one to fall, and that's how we end the first quarter. The score 12-10. The home Edgewood Lady Warriors is on top of the Lady Blue Streaks here on CVC TV. Hey, a reminder that the presenting sponsor for us tonight, of course, is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. It's Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Of course, our specialties include everything from dental surgery and implants to corrective jaw and facial surgery, trauma reconstruction, and more. For all of your oral surgery needs, head over to Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. That's www.ohsurgery.com. Of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. Well, what we expected AA in that first quarter, a back-and-forth game, and only 2-point difference between these two teams that are expected to be around for a long time, expecting playoff runs, of course, from both these two squads as well, and they're showing that tonight.
Absolutely, and, you know, CVC Lake Division, part of the expansion of the Chagrin Valley Conference, you know, with both squads in the conference and showing out here today. I thought the lead-up coming into this game, sometimes you wonder, like, with undefeated teams, like, oh, do you undersell the contest? Like, oh, it's just another game. And both teams try to say, like, oh, it's just another game. Oh, the energy level is way different than just another game. They both want to make a huge statement tonight.
And trying to take that division lead in the Lake Division. Of course, both teams at 5-0. 3-pointer on the way for Avery Venzel. That's no good. Rebound grabbed inside, using the height and getting the finish. And why not? Faith Venzel gets that one to fall.
Great foot placement, boxing out, getting the offensive rebound and score.
Here comes Sorber. She'll put up the mid-range 2 and knock it down. Banks it in. A response from Sydney Sorber, her second of the game.
5'7" frame, but absolute range. You get your arms up like that, 5'7" could easily be 6'3", 6'4".
That's position to the outside. Guyton going to take that shot. It's going to be a foul called. Never want to see that. A player down on the court. It's contact. Sorber absorbed it. And again, it was on the drive. Saw the aggressiveness of Faith Venzel kicking out to the outside. She had Guyton for the open long two, but again, contact coming down, and never like seeing that, hoping that Sorber is going to be okay.
Absolutely.
She's been important, too. A couple of big shots here in this first half. Sydney Sorber, one of the seniors on this Blue Streak team. Only a couple of them. Talk, of course, about Claire Joaquin. We've called her name a few times, and Alyssa Snyder, the only two other seniors on this squad. Young team. When we talked AA2 in pregame a little bit about both coaches saying, hey, not a lot of depth per se on both these teams, but we feel like we're good teams.
Absolutely.
Obviously led by a couple of stars on both sides, but they feel the unit, the actual togetherness of these teams are showing, and a lot of growth too, especially for Edgewood as well last season. Kind of just hung around that 500 mark this year already, on pace to have one of the better seasons in school history.
Yeah, you talk about Edgewood last season, 11-12 last year, and just trying to find that groove. And early in the season, and for both squads, that's exactly what happened. You know, finding that groove and moving and going. It is great to see. Sorber back up, but
Sorber's up, but she's not putting any weight on that left foot. And you're hoping for the best here. It was contact, which is almost a blessing, Double A. If it's a non-contact injury, sometimes you start thinking the worst, but maybe if it was jammed or there's some sort of sprain, you're able to say, okay, not a full season loss, but again, wishing her the best, and hopefully it's just a stinger, nothing too crazy.
absolutely. And the cool thing, if you know, you got trainers, coaching staff, you know, the trainers, I tell you, they do work. All these sports teams taking care of the kids.
Pass inside. That one's going to go. Another easy basket for Faith Venzel on the inside. Back to a 4-point lead.
And remember, she had the offensive rebound just a possession ago.
Yeah, Deleganis pushing the ball up the court, passing to the outside. Swinging it back around. Open three again. And that one's in and out. No good. Rebound grab by Venzel. She'll dish out. Shot couldn't fall from Waukeam, and back comes Edgewood.
Edgewood cannot keep leaving her wide open. Those shots are going to... It fell before from that spot. It's going to fall again.
Mid-range shoot no good. Waukeam gets the ball, dishes out to Deleganis, and back comes the Lady Blue Streaks. Deleganis inside. Layup is up, and it's good.
Great drive and aggressiveness to get the score.
Yep, Zoe Deleganis with her second made field goal of the game, and it's now back to a 2-point game. 16-14, 6.5 to go in this first half. Edgewood on top. Annie Johnston working through, and they're going to call a 5-second violation.
Wow.
Don't see many of those in high school basketball anymore, but that one's going to be a turnover, and ball goes back to the Lady Blue Streaks. Chance to tie or take the lead.
I don't think that's ever going to be called at all.
Don't see him very much anymore in basketball, period. But the referees this year locking down on some of these rules. So we saw a couple travels last night normally you wouldn't see. It definitely is more prevalent. Ella Hall with the ball for the Blue Streaks. She nails it in. Ella Hall knocks it down. The sophomore getting some playing time. Unfortunate with the injury to Sorber. Hall picking up where Sorber left off.
And,
And Johnston knocks down the three. Annie Johnston, one of the leading scorers in this team for a reason.
Johnston, great three. The action's moving so fast.
Waukeam able to get inside and score. There, Waukeam gets it to fall, and now it's going to be, I believe, an and one. So she's going to get credit for the basket, and the foul going to be called on Leah Guyton. So chance for a three-point play and to tie the game for the Blue Streaks here for Waukeam.
Can I quickly make a point about what happened from like two or three possessions ago? Because this game is just moving.
Got to speed it up, baby.
Hall, number 13 for Madison. What she was able to do, like pretty much use her right to go all the way around, and then she switched up to her left to make the shot. I thought that was very, very talented play.
McAllister inside, can't get it to fall. Tipped out of bounds by Venzel, and it's going to go back to the Lady Blue Streaks. See the aggressiveness that's become almost known with Caitlin McAllister now. Taking that ball inside of the paint, finding open shots, layups. Waukeam again, another three-pointer on the way. That one's going to be left iron and no good. Rebound grab by Johnston. Back comes Edgewood.
Oh, this matchup.
Faith Venzel inside. She'll put it up, and she'll roll it in. Faith Venzel, third two-pointer in the paint in this first half. Deleganis almost gets tripped up by the referee, but she regains her footwork, and back come the Lady Blue Streaks.
Well, and again, Edgewood cannot miss some of the action on the backside.
Waukeam working inside, good move, puts it the floater, in and out, no good. Rebound grab by Smith. Kendra Smith trying to find a lane up. She passes back out. Deleganis is going to shoot and hit it, but I believe that should be a three in the key.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be a turnover. Again, Kendra Smith just losing track of time, trying to find a way to get that offensive rebound up for two, but we're going to see.
Well, she was in traffic over there at the baseline.
Yeah, it was tough. Couldn't find the angle to get that shot up as Leah Guyton checks back in for Faith Venzel.
And again, that's why it's so important to be able to move without the basketball, because sometimes you got to bail out your teammates.
McKenna Venzel. And we're going to check in shortly. Get blocked there by Waukeam. Back comes Deleganis. And she gets the ball ripped away. Johnston takes it. Looking, and that ball going to get kicked. They're going to call it. There you go.
They go right on cue there with the kickball.
I'll tell you what, last night we saw wrestling. We saw a couple different sports getting played. Tonight we get some soccer on the basketball court as well.
We get soccer.
That ball going to be blocked. Guyton gets the offensive rebound, blocked again. Kim gets inside. Says, nah, no, I don't think so.
Again, Madison, active hands.
Pencil again, 3 on the way. That one going to be off front iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, taken by Kim, but they're going to call it jump.
Ooh.
McAllister, Guyton, and Kim battling inside, but it's going to be Lady Blue Streaks basketball. The fight for these young ladies is we're halfway through the second quarter.
You're going to earn every rebound tonight. Defensively and offensively. You're going to earn these rebounds.
And Delegan is trying to work her way inside. Just Guyton running right through that screen. Delegan has lost the ball. It's on the floor. There could be another jump ball. This one, I believe, should go to Edgewood. Just trying to find something. This Deleganis on the inside, working through, getting past that first defender, but great help defense by Edgewood, just keeping her at bay.
And you're kind of seeing that both ways, too, with the help defense. Getting that second person to light up and just creating traffic issues, kind of stalling these offenses just a tad bit.
Ball moving back inside, throwing it up, and it's going to be a foul on the inside. I believe that was Deleganis. Should be her second. It's going to send McKenna Wenzel to the free throw line.
I can't recall. It's been a little while here in this game. The last shot, not counting free throws, the last shot that was not defended by 2 people on either team.
It's tough to get those open shots when you have 2 defenses that have played as well as these 2 have, as Joaquin gets another rebound. And she averages 9 a game for a reason. And clear of timeouts, 2 in this game, none yet taken. As a sub is going to be in. They're going to call a bump foul there as Carly Cray will check back into the ball game.
Well, to your point about that, a lot of fundamentals have already been in place. This is a very well-coached basketball game on both sides.
Yeah, the coach is letting them play, too. We mentioned no timeouts taken, and we're working our way through almost the end of the second quarter here in the first half. As they get pass inside. Well-disciplined teams, both of these guys. Good move by Deleganis on the cross. Mid-range jumper up, no good, off front iron. Rebound grab. And here comes McAllister. She'll work inside, spin back out, pass out. Here's Johnston swinging over. Wenzel, 3-pointer on the way. That one going to be off back iron, no good. McAllister falls to the floor. Rebound grab by Deleganis. She'll work on the inside. Another mid-range 2 is up. That one's no good. Boxed out. Great job by Edgewood, and that's going to go back to the Lady Warriors.
Running into traffic. Even our RN here, RN on the left side, I think we're going to finally get a timeout by Madison. At one point, 3 or 4 defenders were eyeing the ball handler as the shot was about to go up.
Just an update for the folks at home, too. Sydney Sorber went down in that early part, I believe at the end of the first quarter, and is actually getting her ankle iced now. So going to see what her status is for the remainder of the game. Probably after halftime, we'll get an update on that for you guys. But again, an ankle injury, you're never too sure when you see those kind of contact injuries. Is it a knee? Is it a thigh? Is it an ankle, foot? That kind of thing. But it looks like, again, just getting some fluids, getting some ice, maybe some tape at halftime. We'll see what happens.
And to not put pressure on the ankle, on the way to the bench area. But you mentioned, too, about ankle injuries. You never know. I mean,
maybe a couple Advil.
You never know.
That kind of thing, yeah, trying to.
Even tonight compared to how you're going to feel in the morning, with that. It's crazy. But, again, trainers, and even help here, in the stands here, like all helping out and whatnot. Both teams, great effort on the floor.
They can't help with ankle problems, but again, thank you to the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for being the presenting sponsor of CVC TV tonight. Of course, all season long in the winter sports as well. As we're back underway, 2.5 minutes to go in this first half. It's a 2-point Edgewood lead. Pass inside. Avery Wenzel working away, moves to the left hand, can't get it to fall. Rebound grab by Kendra Smith, but the ball taken away by McAllister. She works inside. That's going to be a foul on the floor. Great job by Caitlin McAllister. She just does not give up on any play. You're seeing the effort constant for the leader of this team, McAllister. We talked about it, 18 points per game this year. She's having a fantastic season, and a lot of that has to do with just the effort plays. as they were trying to do a sub. And for some reason the play went on, rebound grab inside. That one's sent away by Guyton. And a big foul. Johnston working inside. Whatcom got the rebound and she got smacked by Johnston. There was an attempted sub before that play, and now looks like they're going to get Alyssa Snyder into the ball game.
Well, and again, it's all officials' discretion. If they do not, if they do not see the sub in time, play resumes, and that's that's the standard, basketball.
So now 30-second timeout taken by Madison to collect their thoughts here in bits, and again, the physicalness of the game starting to pick up a little bit. Double A we've seen over the past couple possessions.
Yeah, and because of the physicality, the offenses, both of them have kind of slowed a bit. I'm curious, once we get to halftime, what those adjustments are going to be offensively, as far as, who's going to, set up those cuts, who's going to be able to set screens and whatnot. Because this second quarter has been a defensive battle, and while it's not scoreless here in the second quarter, both teams, they have to try to make tough shots. Every shot has been tough here in the second quarter.
So Whatcom will bring the ball up. It looks like there's going to be a bit of a press here on a zone press. Ball going to be saved and taken away. Edgewood has it. Pass inside, ball off the tips of Guyton's fingers, and it's going to go back to the Lady Blue Streaks. McAllister was looking inside for Leah Guyton, but she couldn't control the ball. Ball going back to Madison.
Yeah, that ball was coming in hot.
Whatcom again trying to split through, and she'll keep it. Pass out to the outside. That's taken by Snyder. She'll dish back up to Whatcom, and then they'll reset. 2 minutes to go in this first half. 2-point Edgewood lead. Whatcom inside. Two-pointer, no good. That ball taken by Johnston. To by Wenzel. Good pass up to Johnston. Lays it up, lays it in.
That was a phenomenal pass and a great read, and actually execute that all throughout traffic.
7 points for Annie Johnston. Smith inside can't get it to fall. And they're going to say, I believe it should have been a late foul. That's going to be on Kaylee Lamarco, who's back into the game. And now we're seeing Faith Wenzel check back in, number 1, I should say, the freshman for Edgewood.
And Faith Wenzel has been hitting shots.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1. But
the inside, she's been able to make a difference. 6 points for Wenzel tonight. Faith Wenzel, that is.
Yes, 5 of them. You got to keep them.
It's hard. You lose track. Good save by Wenzel, but it goes right into Smith's hands. And Madison will have the ball back down 4 with 1:20 to go in this first half. Kim going to swing the ball over. 3-pointer on the way. That one's up. Off back iron. No good. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Faith Wenzel. And back comes Edgewood. Big three on the way. That one's good. Avery Wenzel knocks it down. Largest lead of the evening for Edgewood. 7-point spread.
And she's hit a couple of those from deep. And then following with the range with Johnston.
Amber Smith looking in the corner. Finding Snyder, who is going to say they don't. The basket was good, but she stepped on the baseline. Turnover, and it's going to go back to Edgewood.
Madison just needs somebody here late in the second quarter for just a shot, just to fall down. Get a clean shot.
Junior Jaden Zapata going to check into the ball game for Madison.
But because of how tough these defenses are, a couple of made baskets by Edgewood, just like that, the game is opened up.
3 on the way from Johnston. Off back iron, no good. Rebound tipped out and grabbed. Great effort on the inside by Carly Cray, who checked back in. The freshman getting an offensive rebound, and Edgewood has the ball once again.
And Cray had a big steal earlier in the game.
The pass inside, that one no good by Wenzel, and now back comes Madison. Ella Hall passing inside, good pass to Smith. She can't get the layup to fall. Smith still fighting for that ball, dish back out. Back comes Edgewood, 9 seconds on the clock. Wenzel looking, she'll back down, and she's gonna draw a foul. That one's gonna be on Kendra Smith, and that should be the 5th team foul, so that should be 2 free throws now. New high school rules implemented this year. 15 foul means not 1 and 1, but 2 shots.
And 2 critical free throws here coming up to open this thing up.
Good job by Avery Venzel.
Madison just needs somebody, a couple of people just to, the shot's just got to fall.
And 1 second left. Watkin throws it up. That one was closer than it should have been. And that's how we go into halftime. The score 27-19. Edgewood pulling away a little more in that second quarter, an 8-point lead as we move into the second half. We'll take a quick break for halftime, then preview the second half action here at Edgewood High School. The Lady Warriors on top of the Lady Blue Streaks here on CVC TV. Welcome back in, folks. Halftime here in Ashtabula, Ohio, Edgewood High School. The score, the Lady Warriors of Edgewood up top, 27-19, an 8-point lead over the visiting Madison Lady Blue Streaks here on CVC TV. Of course, Kyle Cornell joined as always by AA Anthony Alford here on the call for you tonight. And the first half, deadlocked for the majority of it. Saw Edgewood pull away a little bit there in the second quarter, AA, but both teams kind of trading barbs, going back and forth. The physicality you mentioned picking up here in this big matchup in CVC play.
Yeah, the physicality was there for the entirety of the first half. Couple late shots that was made by the Warriors of Edgewood. Johnston, number 30, had a big three-pointer that kind of opened things up. Couple free throws late in the game, or late in the second half, or second quarter. So Madison, we're going to see what they do to kind of help and assist in getting easier shots to get themselves right back into this.
And the Blue Streaks will start with the basketball here in this third quarter. Swinging over to Alyssa Snyder. Had an impact in that first half. Delaganis we're going to get going from behind the arc. This time she'll move into the inside, shoot a two. That one is no good. And tough sledding, only 4 points tonight for the leading scorer for Madison. She averages almost 22 a game this season. Wenzel, three on the way. That one's good. Avery Wenzel heating up. Her second made three of this ball game.
And she just has the range. And that's been the other thing, too, is just getting those critical steals.
McKenna Wenzel gets the steal, get taken inside. McAllister scores. Caitlin McAllister gets that one to fall. 32-19, just like that. Edgewood moving up by double digits. A minute into this third quarter. Delaganis three on the way. That one going to be no good. Rebound taken in by Wenzel. I should say Johnston, rather. And taken away. Good job on the inside. Foul. Kaylee LaMarco, the sophomore, played a little bit in the JV game. She gets some chances here on the varsity level with the injury to Sorber. And LaMarco making the most of it, getting the steal and getting 2 free throws.
Yeah, something needed to happen to kind of turn the tie for the Blue Streaks, and that defensive effort and getting to the line helps.
Got to make those free throws, AA.
Well, that's the thing. In a weird way, Madison, in terms of finding the shots, they're doing everything right except making the shots.
Avery Wenzel to get that rebound. She dishes out. Here comes Johnston. Johnston looking up court. And they're going to call a double dribble. Talk about some of these calls you don't normally see in high school basketball. Say Johnston.
But it was the right call.
Yeah.
I mean, it was called it. But you mentioned, coming in, was playing JV, getting varsity minutes. You got a chip on your shoulder.
So again, it's great fine, and Snyder knocks it down. That's going to be a deep 2, I believe. Yep, and that's what they're going to call it, a 2-pointer. So Alyssa Snyder gets that one, and right next to Sydney Sorber, some contact. Some McKenna Wenzel, and another player down. And I believe that is Snyder.
You heard the contact here.
Alyssa Snyder going for that steal and get some big contact. Second player to go down in this game. She's waving off some coaches. Could have just maybe lost her breath here for a second. But man, talk about the physicality of the game. It is picking up. Both these teams know what's at stake as Snyder, the senior, able to get up and shake things off. Well, she lost her balance for a second now too. They're going to have to check her out for a second. Knee is shaking on the side. And she is.
And trainers are going to take it. I think now what you're going to see, first off, I think the physicality we saw. Officials wanted to let them play in the first half, but it's going to be more tightly contested.
McKenna Wenzel inside. She'll be short, missed that one. Ball tipped through. Eventually going to be grabbed by McAllister. And there's going to be a foul coming in late. That's going to be on Kendra Smith, and I believe that should be her third.
And as we point out,
fans on the Madison side not happy about that.
And as we point out, 5 fouls in high school. Good. Oh, I thought
jump
that was
ball.
Okay.
Great job by McKim, but it's going to stay with Edgewood. As she palmed that basketball on the block. That's going to be like the 5th block shot of the game for Wakim.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a clean block.
Just held on to it a little bit too much. McAllister now working on the inside, dishing back out. And it's over. Wenzel, 3 on the way, short. Rebound grabbed inside by Wakim. Inching closer to another double-double.
Well, who's going to be the one for Madison to start to really take this pressure on, really take this on? A lot of adversity they're facing right now.
Delganis working inside. She can't get that one to fall. Ball is tipped. It's going to go back to Edgewood. It's been a two-headed monster this year. Talk about Madison averaging 52 points per game. Delganis and Wakim combined average about roughly almost 38 to 42 of those points. So it's been those two they've relied on. McAllister inside. She misses the layup, but it's going to stay with Edgewood. A miscommunication with McKim and Smith. They couldn't grab the rebound, and despite McAllister missing the gimme bunny layup there, it's going to stay Edgewood basketball.
Other than a missed shot, that's what you don't want if you're Madison. You cannot allow somebody to go coast to coast and have free reign to the basket. That you don't want. That's not acceptable.
And wide pass to the outside. That's going to be a turnover. Ball goes back to the Lady Blue Streaks. About 5.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. It's an 11-point Edgewood lead. They're trying to work that inside. Delganis fighting for the ball, diving on the floor. Is Ella Hall, but the ball going to go back to Edgewood. And the physicality, bodies all over the floor.
Fans over there trying to enjoy their snack, and all of a sudden they have a basketball game right in front of them.
In their lap almost, as McKenna Wenzel brings the ball up, taking the screen, working inside. Wenzel gets stopped by Wakim. Great defense. McAllister working inside and cannot get that one to fall. Fighting for the rebound, though. They're calling another jump ball.
Her offensive rebound numbers have got.
Kayla McAllister, yeah, she has been all over the floor. Again, probably not happy with her shooting percentage right now if you asked her, but the effort, getting those rebounds, getting a lot of chances at the basket have what's been able to keep this team in the league. Good pass on the inside. Hall puts it up, puts it in. Great job right there by Delganis, controlling herself, getting the pass off, and Ella Hall gets her second basket.
That's a good response. Now, if you're Edgewood, be smart, but don't be overly conservative here. This is good right here. One-on-one matchup, ISO. See what you can do.
Looking for McAllister. She'll get the ball on the inside, working through. Good pass. Set away. Big block by Wakim. Edgewood retains possession. McAllister trying to work on that outside pass back out. Here comes Johnston.
Madison's got to make this as hard as possible.
And Annie Johnson finds her way in and scores. Johnston now, game high 9 points. She averages about 11 per game.
And her ball handling skills are phenomenal.
Great. Posted and Gardy Wakim, mid-range jumper. They're going to say she went up and down. Yep, travel. They're saying a hop step, but yeah, you're a little too far away from the basket, the hop step on that one. So ball going back to Edgewood, 11-point lead. About halfway through this third quarter.
Floor.
What a pass. Wenzel working through. She takes it up left hand, no good. Other Wenzel there to get it up and finish. Faith Wenzel will get that one to fall.
It's always the second person with the Warriors.
I thought you were going to say it was always the second Wenzel.
Get that too. Or the third.
Ball turned over. Edgewood has the possession. Pass up. That time it was McKenna Wenzel. She's still working for the layup and gets this one to fall. A family affair here at Edgewood. The Wenzels powering their team through. 5 now for McKenna. 15-point lead. They're going to call a blocking foul on McKenna Wenzel. She's the eldest. She's the senior of the group. Of course, we have Avery Wenzel, number 00 out there. She's a junior. And Faith Wenzel, number 1, the freshman.
And bringing points off the bench, too.
Very important.
But that's the difference in the game. You mentioned the rebounds. You know, this game, for a while, was deadlocked offensively in the second quarter. Edgewood has found a way to get second chance opportunities in the offensive rebounds. Madison has not, and that's been the difference in this game.
Hollister is looking for that steal. Good pass up. That one taken away. Here comes Carla Cray. She passes up, looking for McAllister. McAllister puts it up. Can't get it one to fall. Rebound fought for by Delganis, and again, more physicality on the rebounds. And I think They're going to call that one. Yep. It's going to be on McAllister. I believe that'll be her first foul of the evening.
Craziness.
It's been aggressiveness. Is Alyssa Snyder back in the ball again. Great to see her back in. Everything okay. After the incident earlier, pass inside. Snyder has the ball. She works on the bump, puts it up. They're going to say it was on the floor. Foul on a bump before the shot. She tried to get the shot up to get the and-1, but no continuation in high school basketball. It's going to be a on-the-floor foul. And then Guyton will check back in for Edgewood.
Man, that's tough. Again, and it's only tough, too, because of the struggles to make shots.
Well, Kim had an open layup, couldn't make it. Rebound taken back by Madison. Deleganis working inside. Mid-range 2 is up, and that one's good.
Great communication there with Smith with the direction. Hey, there's a cut there. Head movement, got the pass in, the assist, and the score.
Zoe Deleganis with her third make of the night. She's got 6 points. Pass off in the corner. Faith Bensel working inside, drawing the contact. That's going to be a bump and a body foul. That one's going to be on Kaylee Lamargo. So that's going to be 2 free throws on the way for the freshman, Faith Bensel, who's had a fantastic in games tonight. One of the biggest ones of her young career as the freshman.
Absolutely, and a little bit of late movement there, which is why the charge turned into the shooting foul.
2 shots on the way. Bensel knocks down her first. She's got 9 points. She ties Annie Johnston for the team lead. Faith Bensel obviously talking about the family pedigree, both the coaches, of course. Randy Bensel, the head coach. Got Jordan Bensel as the JV coach, assistant varsity coach as well. Second one good. Faith Bensel, the freshman,
right through the
youngest Bensel in the gym right now that we know about. She is the leading scorer in this ball game. Pass over the inside. This time Kendra Smith has a mid-range, and that one's good. Good ball movement. Kendra Smith knocks down her first basket of the game.
Second straight possession, though. Smith has made the play last time through the assist and then with the score.
I call a kick. McAllister tried to thread the needle, and Kim was there to boot that through, looking like Dustin Hopkins in the fourth quarter of a Browns game, and it's going to stay Edgewood basketball. You like that one, right? You're a Browns fan.
Yeah, that was good. Hopefully he'll be ready to go for the playoffs.
We'll see what happens. Forcing yourself inside was Carla Cray, another freshman getting some playing time, and she's going to get 2 free throws.
Cray's been showing out here a little bit, away from the basketball.
That's a big foul, too, on Kendra Smith, who now has 4 AA with 2:02 to go in this third quarter. She's a key part of this team as Carla Cray knocks down her second free throw of the game.
And to your point, Smith getting checked out, substituted out with the foul trouble.
Yeah, Jaden Cepeda going to check in, number 30 in blue. So we're going to see a sub for Edgewood as well. As Cray able to knock down her third free throw. She's 3 of 5 from the line. Annie Johnston back into the game. Avery Bensel will take a seat. That comes Deleganis trying to work her way inside. Behind the back, good ball movement, or ball handling rather.
But it's against a press defense.
It's a solid defense. It's McAllister and Deleganis. What a matchup that is. Johnston and McKim inside. They're going to call a block. That one going to be on McAllister. It'll be her second. Free throws on the way for Wakim.
Madison trying to get points any way they can. And they're working hard, but now you got to start hitting these free throws here. Give yourself an opportunity for the fourth quarter.
That one going to rattle in. With Kim, her second free throw of the night. It's been a fantastic game for her as well. 7 points to go with about 12.5 rebounds at this point. She's been all over the glass. Second free throw rattles in. She's 3 of 3 from the line. Back to a 42-29 game. 13-point lead for Edgewood, who have the ball. Faith Bensel looking inside, passing off. Good defense, and it's going to be a turnover. Back going to Madison.
And great job by Madison. Getting at the fence. Easy to lean forward there, going straight up, getting a clean defensive stop.
And it's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Madison Blue Streaks here on CVC TV. A good chance to remind you again about our presenting sponsor for CVC TV, of course, in the Chagrin Valley Conference. That, of course, as always, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Of course, their specialties including everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. Hey, for all of your oral surgery needs, go ahead and visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. That's www.ohsurgery.com. And as always, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV.
I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Angelo watching.
You're like famous.
I'm not famous.
It's hard to keep track of all the different fans that come up and ask for your autograph before the game, and we try to make it about the players, man, but it's tough. It's when Double A's in the building, man. It's
Angelo called in several times over WTAM. So I want to give him a quick shout out.
It's going to be a jump ball again as it's going to go back to Edgewood. I appreciate the WTAM listenership. Of course, Double A's been all over the planet in Northeast Ohio. He's worked for every major station.
Yeah.
We're thrilled to have you, man. I appreciate the chance
I've
to call
sent
games
resumes to several stations.
Oh, what a pass on the inbound. That one can't get the fall. Wenzel inside working her way through. Faith Wenzel still putting it through this time. It goes in. If first you don't succeed, try two more times. Faith Wenzel knocks it down. That ball tipped in. Craze on the bottom of that pile. Looks like it's going to be another loose ball. They're going to say it's going to stay with the Blue Streaks.
But there, and that's the thing. Like, as a player, you don't like when you miss shots, but as a coach, you can live with that. But you can't be giving up second, third chance opportunities. That's where you feel like you're giving away points. That's a free 2 points for Edgewood.
And someone's got to start carrying the load here for this Madison team. Down 15 with 50 seconds to go in this third quarter. Delegan is trying to find her way in. Great defense by Guyton. They're going to call another 5 seconds. They are. Wow.
If you're not coming to the basketball, then that's all that's going to happen. You're just going to be moving back and forth. The help defense has been there all game long, and that's made a loads of difference.
Kim taking away from Avery Wenzel. Kim going to go up. Layup is up, and it's good. There, Kim with another made two.
Great response, though, by her, and a good attempt there.
And loose ball. And a timeout called. Great job by head coach Randy Wenzel calling that timeout before Carly Craig got rid of that basketball. Wow, that was close, because, again, you can't call a timeout if you don't have possession.
That might have been one of the plays in the game there by the coach.
And it was the first timeout that Coach Wenzel was called the entire game. We have 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. And letting Edgewood play, and it's worked to their advantage at this point, up 13 points over the Blue Streaks.
And it has to this point, and I thought Madison was going to get the steal back, but, you get the loose basketball. It's about essentially who's going to get to it and whatnot.
And it's been a
but the help
game,
defense,
yeah.
the help defense for the Warriors, Edgewood Warriors, has been on the money all game long. It really has. And it has greatly, along with the Soper injury, it has greatly impacted how the Madison offense is functioning tonight.
Yeah, one of the key pieces, Sorber, a senior. With Deleganis, another one of those seniors, gets the steal, works inside, lays it up, and lays it in. Zoe Deleganis, I should say the sophomore, or the junior rather, with the bucket.
And that's how you respond. Get a steal. Your defense leads to offense.
8 big points for Deleganis, down to 11-point lead as that mid-range shot is up. That's no good. Ball on the deck again. And that's how we end the third quarter. 44-33 the score as we head into the fourth. Here on CVC TV, the home Edgewood Lady Warriors holding on to a slight double-digit lead. Speaking of the scoreboard, I want to remind you, of course, of tonight's scoreboard sponsor, Independence Business Supply. They're an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities here in Cleveland, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the U.S. IBS is a business products dealer, providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. Hey, do yourself a favor. Visit orderibs.com to learn more about their amazing products and amazing customer service. Quick update on the injury front for Madison. Sydney Sorber now off the bench and in the locker room. She's going to be done for the game tonight with what it was an apparent ankle injury. Saw her getting some ice, some work, got that ankle wrapped. Took a few Advil on the bench too when she was down there. And
yeah, and again, she did not go into the locker room. She was getting worked on here in the bench area during the halftime as well.
Got enough strength to eventually get back there and hopefully get some more treatment. And of course, wishing Sydney Sorber the best, as never want to see any injuries on the court, but hoping that she can get back on the floor sooner rather than later for the Lady Blue Streaks, having a fantastic season, but in jeopardy of losing their first game tonight as we begin the fourth quarter. Delaganis with the ball. Over to Wah Kim, who's had a fantastic game in her own right. Mid-range two, tough shot, take it in. Good rebound, that one blocked, but they're gonna call a foul on Avery Venzel. That's gonna send, again, one of the people we saw in the JV squad, Ella Hall, to the free throw line. She's got a couple of layups in this ball game, looking for some free throws.
And I'm sure Vince, I thought, she was thinking, wait a minute, it was all ball, there. It's close. It makes the official's job very, very tough.
First free throw on the way is no good from Hall, the sophomore. One of the starters in the JV squad again. We talk about the injury to Sorber, kind of next man up, getting some rotational minutes. That one going to be off the back iron, didn't touch the rim, so it's going to be a dead ball spot out of bounds on the baseline. Edgewood will take possession. Every opportunity going to be important for Madison to try and close this gap, and can't have empty trips down the court, especially with a good team like this.
Cut.
Great ball movement on the inside, but great defense. Rebound grab by Snyder. Back comes Delaganis and Madison.
And on the backside, there's ladies who are open, but again, the problem is so much traffic.
How about that? Ella Hall with a huge mid-range shot. Talk about a sophomore coming up in a big moment. We've seen freshman, sophomore, underclassmen doing it. They're going to call a bump on the play. That's on Snyder. Melissa Snyder, the senior. And that should be out of bounds. I don't think there was a shot attempt because it was on a pass.
No, it wasn't. Johnson's going to take it out.
Yeah, that's the third foul on Alyssa Snyder, too. Got to be careful with her, the senior, one of the leaders on this team. Avery Venzel inside, looking, trying to find an open lane. She'll pass back out. McAllister put her head down, step through, layup up, it's good.
How does that happen? Just the smooth footwork. Able to make the score.
I love Caitlin McAllister and that footwork. You mentioned it. She's having a good night, too. 8 points. Averages 18 on the season, but more spread out scoring tonight from both these squads, trying to find the person to do it. That ball up in the air, and that's going to be a couple free throws coming up for Zoe Delaganis. She's got 8. Looking for more.
And needs more. At this point, a couple of opportunities here. Again, both of these teams, as we mentioned, coming in, for those who just joining in, both undefeated coming into this game. Incredible start to their season. And the CV, good offensive rebound.
It was a great rebound by McKim, but she couldn't get it to fall. That ball is loose and eventually taken by Edgewood. McKenna Venzel working inside, puts up great defense by Snyder. Loose ball, and going to call another jump. Possession should be staying with Edgewood. Just the physicality on great display. Great defense on that end by Snyder, putting her hands straight up, taking that contact, not cheating and trying to put the hands forward to get a block, just knowing that she's taller and can make the play.
Yeah, a couple of missed opportunities, though.
Venzel, 3 on the way, it's good. That's actually Johnston there. Annie Johnston, another big 3.
Well, they both can make threes.
Oh, and a technical foul. They're calling a technical on Kaylee Lamarco. You're hearing it from the crowd here. Could be throwing of an elbow, that kind of thing. And you see Snyder yelling out instructions to Lamarco, the sophomore. Snyder, of course, the senior leader, talking to her teammate, telling her, hey, calm down. We can't afford these situations. As again, that sends Avery Venzel to the line. She knocks down the first free throw. These are free points you just can't give away in a close game like this.
Yeah, and it's it's tough because you feel like in that situation you were wrong. And even like in life, you know, you feel like you're wrong. You're going to defend yourself and tell everybody that you were that I was not wrong. But, you know, still start, you know, just you got to settle in and, you know, next possession. Just a lesson, you know.
A solid block by Snyder there, setting an example for her younger teammates. Pass inside. Great defense by McAllister there on Deleganis, making sure she couldn't get up with that layup. Good stutter step, 3 on the way. In and out, no good. Rebound grab by Hall. Puts it up, no good. This one grabbed in by Venzel. Jump ball, going to go back to the Blue Streaks. 5:44 to go in this ball game. It is a 16-point lead. And it's going to be a timeout taken by Edgewood.
Yeah, effort is there. Effort is there, obviously. Edgewood with, you know, the night has gone better for them on this night here in early January. But, you know, we've seen there's a reason why both of these teams are at the top of the CVC Lake Division. And while they're both going to be at the top going through it.
Two of the better teams you're going to see, period, in the CVC on the girls basketball side this year. And again, for just Madison, some of those shots that we've seen fall throughout the beginning parts of the year, just not getting down in the bucket. We're not seeing the net get ripped, unfortunately, in some of those opportunities. They've had some open shots and opportunities. In the fast break, too, just not being able to convert on some of those, missing some key free throws. And that's the difference right now as far as Edgewood just converting a few more.
I think when they reflect on this game, if we could, I'm going to say the exact same thing in post game, unless something happens. But if you can take the bad shots, you can look. It's not fun to do everything right and miss shots, but you can take them because they've been good looks. But the several offensive rebounds they've been giving up, that cannot happen going forward, and that's something that they're going to build on in the future.
Snyder working inside. Good move. No foul called. And she wanted it, but it's going to be back up. Fast break. McAllister has a layup. It's up. It's in. It's good.
And there you go. We're in response on the back end.
Here comes Wakim working on the inside for the Blue Streak. She'll lay that one up and in. There, Wakim gets another basket to fall. 53-37. Again, the Blue Streaks need to get some stops on the defensive end. They want to cut into this lead and try and make this a game here in the fourth quarter. 12 points for Wakim tonight. She's had a fantastic evening. Foul going to be called on Snyder, and I believe that'll be her fourth. Little reach-in foul. That's the fourth team foul, so one more, and they're going to be shooting free throws. They, of course, being Edgewood.
And Madison in danger of losing another key player, this time of foul trouble.
Yeah, great steal by Wakim on the inside, looking on the inbounds pass. She's got her head up. Going through, taking inside. Great defense by McAllister. That one goes off the foot, and it's going to stay Madison basketball. Look, Keelan McAllister blocking shots, too, getting steals, rebounds, effort. In a game where she's only got 10 points, her average is 18. She's been able to do a lot. Hall, mid-range 2. That one off front iron, no good. Rebound taken in, dished out. Good passing. McAllister inside. She's going to score. That is team right there.
And that's getting back, sprinting to the other end of the floor, and getting those scores.
Snyder inside. She can't get it to fall. Gets her on rebound. Passed off. Nope. Outlet.
Same play.
McKenna Venzel again. She'll lay it up inside and lay it in. One an outlet pass by Avery Venzel to McKenna Venzel. Snyder 3 on the way. That one no good off front iron. Rebound taken by Johnston. She passes the outlet. That ball goes through the legs and eventually taken back by Hall. 3 on the way from McKenna. That's going to be short. Inside, there's the foul. McKenna Venzel just with the body. Couldn't get out of the way, so that's going to send Alyssa Snyder to the free throw line for 2 more.
Yeah, Coach Venzel was just saying, like, wait a minute. You know, thought the arms were. I'll say this, though. I'll say this. Officiating in basketball, I don't care if it's NBA, high school, or YMCA. Doesn't matter. You'll never win. It's so tough. It's so tough.
That's going to be the 5th foul on McKenna Wenzel. She is done for the game. So in checks in Faith Wenzel. The oldest Wenzel is out, the youngest Wenzel is in.
Ain't that how it goes in the family?
Well, you're checking in a freshman who has 12 points in what could be the biggest game of her young career. Great balanced scoring as the first free throw from Snyder is no good. Talk about, again, Faith Wenzel, 12 points. And Annie Johnston, 12 points. Caitlin McAllister, 12 points. They've been able to spread the scoring out. Avery Wenzel has 9. On the drive is Wenzel, and they're going to call a foul.
I love her ball handling skills.
Yeah, I want to say that was on Snyder, 2AA. Again, you talked about it. That's going to be big, but they're actually going to call that on Wakim. They're going to take it off of Snyder, so that would have been Snyder's 5th.
Yeah.
Instead, it'll be Wakim's 2nd. For as aggressive as she's been on the board, surprising she only has 2 fouls. How aggressive this game has been. Johnston working inside, mid-range floaters up. Back iron, no good. Rebound originally grabbed by Smith, but it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay Edgewood basketball. 3:41 to go in the ball game. It's a 19-point Edgewood lead.
And we've had several jump balls in this basketball game.
And the ball taken away. Wakim's got a fast break opportunity. She'll put up the mid-range floater. It's up and it's in. Tough shot by Claire Wakim, but she trims the lead down to 17. McAllister, great pass in between 2 defenders. Annie Johnston working inside, passing up top. That ball taken away by Wakim again. She dishes out. Here it comes. Harris inside, lays it up, lays it in. Zoe Deleganis. It's the M1. Big shot for the junior.
Stay with it, and that's what you need to do. Stay with it. And look, there's still time left in this game. Even, you don't get the W. Get that shooting back in. Get back in the rhythm on the scoring end.
Against makes the free throw. She's got 11. And it looks like it's going to be a timeout, a full timeout called by Edgewood. The lead down to 14. That was the 4th foul, by the way, too, on Caitlin McAllister. So got to watch her, and the leader of this team, she's tied for the game, or team high rather, in 12. Well, Kim has the game high over on Madison's side with 14 points tonight. And again, if it hasn't come from Wakim or again Zoe Deleganis, who has 11 in her own right, they have 25 of the 43 points for Madison. It's been tough to find that other option or to have one of those two really set themselves apart and separate from the pack scoring-wise. Credit where credit's due to Edgewood and their defense.
Yeah, and credit, again, sharing the basketball. That's been their thing, to this point. So, we talked about the last couple of days, and we got 2 more games coming up next week, on Monday and Tuesday, actually.
Yeah.
Tune in. But we talked about, how the holiday break could impact your game. And it seemed like for the longest time in the second quarter, both of these teams couldn't really find that good shot. Well, one team has. They found it, and then, it seems like right now Madison is starting to figure out the shooting, and I think we're going to get travel with it too.
And that is some of the inexperience. Faith Wenzel, the freshman, shuffling the shoes, ball back to Madison. Couple of shots away from making this a single-digit game. Still, again, this was getting that basketball on the inbound. She put her arms out and got there. She dribbles off her own knee, though, and the ball right back to Edgewood. And that's been the problem. When they've been able to force some turnovers by Edgewood, Madison's not been able to capitalize on those.
No, and it's been trouble in the paint. All game long, it's been that trouble. Edgewood has been very active defensively.
With a ball off the side of Kaylee Lamarco, it's going to go back. So again, it's mid-range floater up. That one's good. Zoe Deleganis with 13 big points. Foul on the overside. That's going to be on Lamarco. And that should be free throws, I believe, coming up.
Basketball, you can't kick ball, but shoulder passes, off the shoulders, there's no rule against it.
That's going to send Annie Johnston to the free throw line. Her first free throw attempts of the night. First one is up, and it is short. No good.
right now. If you're Madison, you just need you need to steal possessions right now. Steal possessions. You know, they're getting down to the basket very, very quickly.
Yeah, back-to-back misses there from Johnson. Ball back. Kim on the rebound. Here comes Madison. Chance to possibly make this a single-digit game if they can hit a three. A two-pointer makes it a 10-point game. Kim, step back, three on the way. Back iron, no good. Rebound taken by LaMarco. Smith on the inside. Snyder puts it up, no good. Rebound grabbed inside. There's a foul. Kim again on the boards. I'm going to say this fairly lightly. She has at least 20 rebounds tonight. She's been all over the offensive and defensive glass. So Kim a chance to trim this lead to 10 with 2:30 to go.
Get an opportunity. That possession only took 20 seconds. I mean, that included the offensive rebound. Only took 20 seconds.
15th point of the night for Kim, looking for number 16. Shots up, and it is good. Perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line for Claire Wakim, and the senior.
Watch from behind.
Has it up. That ball taken away by Delaganis. She's on the floor, still loose. The ball still up for grabs, and eventually taken by Cray. Over to Johnston. Johnston doubled. Madison trying to get this ball back. Hollister's got that speed.
And they're going to try not to foul, but I think once you get under 2 minutes, well, never mind, shot went up.
Yeah, had to do it. Snyder gets the rebound.
I was going to say, if you was Edgewood, you didn't need to put a shot up.
And fakes the three. Delaganis working inside. Layup up, no good. That ball tipped, taken right there by McAllister. She gets a good dribble move on the inside, lays it up, and is fouled. That's going to be on Snyder, and that should be her 5th. Tough blow. Alyssa Snyder has just fouled out of the ball game for Madison.
And speaking of that, remember, Smith has 4 fouls, so you wonder, like, wait a minute, you didn't dive, perhaps dive after that ball. She would have been fouled out of the game.
Means we're going to get Ella Hall back in the ball game here momentarily, as well as Faith Venzel for Edgewood. She'll check in here momentarily. Yep, so that's going to be the night for Alyssa Snyder.
Great effort on her end.
Yeah, 6 points, but showed up with some rebounds, good passing, great defense. And remember, she got that injury in that third quarter, shook it off and came back. First free throw was no good from Caitlin McAllister. So door open right now. 10-point game with 1:52. Madison not out of this game. Can they string a few buckets together and get a few stops? McAllister misses it. Rebound up and fought for it. They're going to call it travel because it was teammates that were going for it.
Yep.
Yep, that was Guyton and Faith Venzel, who both had the ball. Ends up being a turnover. Wow.
It's hard to believe what I'm about to say here about Edge. Oh, got a football pass.
And that one taken away, and it's the height advantage there. That's a tough, taken back by Kim. Some sloppy play. Pass up Smith. She'll work inside.
Pass.
Smith inside, can't get it, gets her own rebound. Smith has another opportunity. That one's no good. Ball down, taken away by McAllister. She's going to push the ball into the break. Caitlin McAllister going to slow it back down now. Up top, that ball tipped, and that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Madison basketball.
I was wondering if it was going to be over and back, but just a saying.
Here, Madison, you need some points quick here. Delaganis going to take that ball, full head of steam, pass off. Smith, mid-range, got it.
And if you're Edgewood, you got to be smart with the basketball. Watch behind. They're going for those steals.
Oh, Kim almost got that one away from Cray. Looking inside, good pass. Venzel inside, she'll score. Faith Venzel continues her fantastic night. 14 points for the freshman. That ball tipped out by McAllister. Minute and 2 seconds to go, and you would think this would be Edgewood maybe take the pressure and the breaks off, save some of that effort for offense, but nope. Coach Venzel keeping the defense alive and playing this man press.
And needed to do so. Edgewood, yes, they're undefeated, but, last year, they were 11 and 12, so again, learning how to win these big games, that's the part of the prerogative for this year.
Kim, three on the way, she got it. Claire McKim trying to get this team where they need to be. It's a 7-point game with 47 seconds to go. What a shot by number 11.
Excellent job with the shot.
Just to get me the ball. 19 points for Kim tonight. Season average is 17.9 and 9. She's going to add to those impressive totals. And trying to take over here in the fourth quarter.
Somebody has to do it. You know, if you're Madison, you know, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to take this thing over. And I bring up the thing about Edgewood, you know, because of the record last year, when you have a huge turnaround like that, where you are starting undefeated, it's great. And, you know, you're getting big wins and whatnot. But in critical games, you still, in-game situations, this is still new. You know, it's still new to realize, wait a minute, the game doesn't end with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, up 20. Like, Madison is executing possessions that are 15 seconds long.
So if you're wondering free throw-wise who's out there on the floor right now, Faith Venzel has hit both of her free throws. Avery Venzel is 3 of 4. Annie Johnston may be the target on the foul here. She's 0 of 2 from the line tonight, but she's going to be around. A baseball pass. What a catch by Guyton. She thought about putting up a shot. She's still kind of on her sink. That's taken away by Kim, and a timeout. Huge timeout called by Coach Randy Venzel.
Second time he's done that.
Yep, big play. They end up running off about roughly 6 or so seconds off the clock. Going to be a full timeout and chance to breathe and advance the ball, of course, into the half court.
And that cross-country pass has to be perfect, has to be flat-out perfect.
I didn't know Joe Flacco was playing women's basketball tonight, or girls basketball.
Maybe.
The deep ball is on full display. We're seeing those outlet passes.
And the thing is, when you're defending or in that situation defending, you know, if we're going to use football terminology for a second, if you're playing DB, you're playing defensive back in that situation, sometimes you're more concerned with staying with your receiver.
Instead of watching the ball, too, and having kind of an eye on both. That was a beautiful back shoulder throw, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Again, turning away from the basket, giving, again, the angle there for Guyton to be able to possibly get up a post shot, but she wanted to keep the possession and try and run down the clock. But when Kim came over and almost took it away, that's why Coach Venzel with a great job calling that timeout, saving that possession. For Edgewood. Again, 42 and some change to go in this ball game. It's a 7-point Edgewood lead. They have the basketball. Madison trying to rally. Pass. McAllister has the ball. Fishing back out. Johnson has it. They choose not to foul. Venzel back over to Johnson. Again, moving the ball. That's what this team can do. And no fouling being done. Take it away. Well, Kim gets it. She's in the open court. Inside, that ball taken. Smacked out. They're going to say it's going to be Madison basketball.
Yeah, we'll stay with them.
Home fans not happy about that one.
Watch up top here in the key. Watch up top.
Ball high. Great job to grab it. Delganis looking for a three. She gets that one blocked. Great defense. And Guyton going to get a foul from LaKim. That should send Leah Guyton to the free throw line. 16 seconds remaining, and she could ice the game here. Third foul on LaKim, who's led all scorers but 19 tonight.
Well, we'll see what happens here, but that was a great response for Edgewood defensively.
First free throw is tonight for Leah Guyton. She knocks down her first. Big free throw, making it an 8-point game with 16 seconds. Guyton, the junior, starter for this squad, trying to knock down 2 big free throws in the fourth quarter. She'll rattle it in. Try to get that inbounding quick. Carly Craig going to check back into the game. Madison trying to push that ball.
Yeah, it's like, forget that substitution.
Faith Venzel going to check out, the freshman. Fantastic game for her. Delganis bringing the ball into the forecourt, passing up. They call a blocking foul. That's going to be on Johnston. That'll be her fourth. And that's going to be the 5th foul, so that should be free throws, and it will be for Delganis.
In a possession that only took a few seconds. You know, little small lessons on how to close out a game. And for as well as Edgewood has played here tonight, you know, these last couple of minutes of game action has seemed like 30 minutes of eternity.
Yeah. So Delganis missing the first. Her second free throw is up. That one is good. So give her 14 points tonight. And dish out Cray into the forecourt. Going to be a foul on Delganis.
Both of these teams very
letting the student section have their fill there for a little bit as more free throws on the way.
Call that a broadcasting laying out.
Craig gonna miss that first one. She's actually 3 for 6 on the night. She's taking the most free throws of anybody in this game. As Carly Cray. Second free throw is up. That one's no good. Well, Kim grabs another rebound. 7 seconds on the clock. The ball taken away by McAllister, and that is going to do it. Edgewood is going to get the win, 61-53, an 8-point win over rival Madison. The Lady Warriors now improved to 10-0 on the season, 6-0 in late conference play, while Madison the Blue Streaks fall to 10-1, 5-1. Get on the evening tonight. Tough loss for the Blue Streaks, but a good game overall between two of the best teams in the CVC AA. Your thoughts on the game tonight? It was a doozy of one.
Great effort all around. First off, great win for Edgewood. A team that once they found their shot-making abilities, it just didn't stop, and they were able to get extra possessions, several offensive boards, and several offensive rebounds, and just making things happen on that front. But yeah, they had to learn, how to get the W, how to secure it, which is hard to believe because again, both of these teams are undefeated. But with the turnaround they had from last season, you learn how to win, and you sometimes got to go through those lessons like they did tonight to do that. For Madison, can't help but notice that offensively they was hurt a little bit by the injury, and once that happened, you lose a weapon. You lose a weapon out there on the floor, and they were playing catch up from that point on. Great effort in the fourth quarter, cutting the lead down to, I believe, 7. But ultimately at the end, it was too much to overcome.
Just a little bit too much. How about the freshman, too, Faith Venzel? 14 points. She led all scorers on Edgewood's side. She is our CVC TV player of the game. The freshman, the youngest Venzel in the entire gym. There's a lot of them, trust me. She gets the honors.
And she got a hug at the end of the game by one of her teammates because of her impressive performance. And that energy coming off the bench, for her. And you want to know how your young players are going to respond in spotlight games like this. You see you see the cameras in the stands, we're here and all that stuff.
You see the family too. You see the obviously the head coach, the JV coach. They're both Venzels. You see 2 of her siblings, of course, 2 of her family members in the starting lineup in this game tonight. She's coming off the bench as a freshman. A lot of expectations with that name. She definitely showed out. Also, let's do some honorable mention here. We have to call her out for what the game she had too. Claire Wakim had a fantastic night. Unofficially 19 points, leading all scorers, 22 rebounds in the game. Almost a 20-20 game from a girls basketball player. What a game for Claire. And Madison, again, future is still bright for this team for the rest of the season. They are, again, one of the best. Just ran into a buzzsaw on the road tonight at Edgewood.
Yeah, they're going to be, they'll be fine. They'll be good to go. They just got to, and I think we saw in the fourth quarter, a couple of their players, you mentioned one of them already, started to get the shooting going. And again, these early January matchups, sometimes it's tough to tell where teams are at because shooting is simply not going to be there, until it gets there. And then once it's there, you're good to go. It's just a matter of who's going to get it. Edgewood figured it out in the second quarter. Madison figured it out in the fourth quarter, but by that point, there was a scoreboard difference.
Really was. And the final score on that scoreboard, 61-53 tonight. The Edgewood Lady Warriors improving again to 10-0 on the season. They won 11 games all of last year. How about that? Edgewood off to a great start.
3 wins in CVC Lake Division last year.
Yeah, fantastic. They're 6-0 now in conference play this time around. Been a fantastic year. Madison again falling to 10-1. And of course, want to thank the presenting sponsor of CVC TV, Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Also want to thank, of course, tonight's scoreboard sponsor, Independence Business Supply. I also want to thank my broadcast partner, AA, Anthony Alford, for me, the local celebrity here for us today. Go sign some autographs. We'll get you home. I know it's a long drive from
Turn
Ashtabula.
my mic off. Let's go.
Appreciate everyone, of course, behind the camera, behind the production for us, making things happen on the air tonight. Final score, again, here from Ashtabula tonight, 61-53. What a game. We'll see you guys next week here on CVC TV.